Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhary. Hindu-Muslim Masjid Mandir was that sadly you might be hearing a bit too much of late. If the dust just about settles on one issue, you hear the other issue come up. Why do I say that? Till day before yesterday, the spotlight was on the Gyanvapi mosque in Varanasi, which the petitioners felt was on top of a Hindu temple. Yesterday, the dust on that wasn't settled, but a new petition was filed in Uttar Pradesh saying that the Taj Mahal is actually Tejo Mahaliya. 22 doors of the Taj Mahal now need to be opened to see what's behind them, possibly Hindu deities. Well, the petition of that is yet to be heard. Today, you had right-wing groups chanting the Hanuman Chalisa right outside the Qutub Minar in the national capital and wanting to rename the Qutub Minar as well. These are just few examples.
Delhi's Qutub Minar echoing with the chants of Jai Shri Ram and recital of Hanuman Chalisa. After simmering loudspeaker row, now saffron groups are focusing on renaming historical sites which they claim have distinct Hindu roots. The protesters want Qutub Minar to be renamed as Vishnu Stambh, claiming the original structure by Hindu kings was razed. And several Hindu deities, temples and structures are buried under Qutub Minar. Many of the protesters were detained.
सनातन भूमि रही है, सनातन भूमि ही रहेगा और मुगलों ने हमारी हर चीज को छीना है, तो वो हम वापस की मांग कर रहे हैं। कुतुब मीनार नाम हटा के और उसका नाम टैग हटा के हम अपना नाम टैग जो पहले था आदिकाल में वही नाम हम रखना चाहते हैं।
The protest that you see behind me, the saffron flags that you are seeing being raised very close to the Qutub Minar, just 500 meters from the iconic monument. Chants are being raised to rename Qutub Minar as Vishnu Stambh. Banners have been put up.
यूनाइटेड हिंदू फ्रंट दिल्ली का अध्यक्ष, हमारी ये मांग है जो अंदर विष्णु स्तंभ है उसको विष्णु स्तंभ घोषित किया जाए। उसके अंदर जो निजी मूर्तियां दबी हुई हैं उन मूर्तियों को निकाला जाए। जो अंदर खंडित मूर्तियां हैं उन मूर्तियों को भी विधिवत तरीके से हिंदू मूर्तियों को स्थापित किया जाए।
The BJP meanwhile came out with its own version of Mughal purge. Its Delhi chief wrote to civic body NDMC seeking renaming of various roads which carry names of Mughal rulers. BJP said the atrocities by Mughal rulers have been masked and roads should be renamed after Hindu and Sikh icons.
आज हमने जो पत्र लिखा है उसमें हमने मांग की कि औरंगजेब रोड, जिसका नाम पहले से ही डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम रोड रख दिया गया है, औरंगजेब लेन जो बची हुई है उसका नाम डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम लेन होना चाहिए। ऐसे करके हमने एक महर्षि वाल्मीकि, खुदीराम बोस और जिन्होंने हमारे जो अभी जनरल हुए बिपिन रावत, उनके नाम पर भी एक सड़क का नाम इस लुटियन जोन के अंदर रखा जाए ताकि आने वाली पीढ़ियां और ये जनरेशन भारत को भारत के वीरों से जाने, ना कि विदेशी आक्रांताओं से जाने।
The renaming push and bid to remove Mughal names in capital, opening a fresh chapter of clash over history. With Aishwarya Paliwal and Kumar Kunal in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, all of this has happened when there is already fuel to a heated socio-political situation in India. All of yesterday, a plea was filed by the BJP media in charge of Ayodhya district, Dr. Rajneesh Singh, in the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court. Wasn't heard today. It's going to be heard tomorrow now. Now, this plea was to carry out a search inside Agra's iconic Taj Mahal. The petitioner has asked the court to give directions to the ASI, which is the Archaeological Survey of India, to investigate 22 closed doors of the Taj Mahal, claiming that there are Hindu deities in the room. However, for the benefit of our viewers, till now, what has been the official response of the government on what lies behind the Taj Mahal, which is a mausoleum? Well, many times over, not just the ASI, which is the Archaeological Survey of India, after investigation and surveys. As well, the Culture Minister, Mahesh Sharma himself, on the floor of the Parliament, has admitted that there is no temple, there are no Hindu deities, it's actually this was a mausoleum and nothing to do with any Hindu artifact in terms of a temple as well. The Taj Mahal or Taj Mahalia, well, the Culture Minister, like I pointed out, Mahesh Sharma, had told the Lok Sabha on the 30th of November 2015 that the Taj Mahal was not a Hindu temple. He said so after repeated petitions and requests were made that it is Tajo Mahalia and not Taj Mahal. On February 2018, once again, many voices were raised that this is Tejo Mahalia and not Taj Mahal. The ASI had stated officially, this is on official records, the ASI has stated that Taj Mahal was indeed built as a tomb, as a mausoleum, and is not built over a Hindu temple. This is the official stand till now, viewers. I want to also now cut across to our guests another point. The ASI has said the evidence of Tejo Mahalia was imaginary. This is what the Archaeological Survey of India has said. I want to cut across to our guests. I have with me Sardar R.P. Singh from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Reetika Khera from the Congress, both of us joining us on this debate. Sardar R.P. Singh, the Delhi BJP head, Mr. Gupta, now wants all roads renamed. The Ayodhya media cell head from the Bharatiya Janata Party wants 22 doors of the Taj Mahal opened because he says there are Hindu deities behind them. It's Tejo Mahalia, not Taj Mahal. Where does the buck stop?
Preeti, first let's talk about the names. As for the names in the city, with times people keep demanding change of the name. I remember it used to be Connaught Place, is now Rajiv Gandhi Chowk, and the name was changed. So now people want the name of the Aurangzeb Road, Aurangzeb Lane, Aurangzeb Road has already been changed, should be kept on the name of the President of the country, former President of the country, Abdul Kalam. So Abdul Kalamji's name can be done. For example, Humayun Road or Babur Road or all these roads, I mean, they were all, as per history, invaders in this country. Aurangzeb killed our ninth Guru, whose 400th year we are celebrating this year. So there's no harm. And Aurangzeb used to, I mean, as per the history, again, as per the history which I know, he used to weigh some 50 kg of Genev every day before he would have his breakfast. That much of conversion used to happen every day. That's again on records. So there's no harm. Instead of invaders, have name of the people in whom you have pride. So that's as far the name goes. As for the petition by one of the BJP's, some activists in the Ayodhya, every individual has a right to petition. It's not a BJP petition, it's an individual's petition. He has gone to court saying that I think the doors of all those rooms should be open which are shut within the Taj Mahal. I don't see anything wrong in it. I mean, it doesn't mean that you are going to change the status of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal will stay as Taj Mahal. But yes, if there is some inquisitivity that what is there in the Taj Mahal, it should come in public domain. It should be part of the history.
But Mr. R.P. Singh, the inquisitiveness on what lies behind those closed doors have already been addressed, not once, many times over. Your own party, Culture Minister, stood on the floor of the Lok Sabha and said that this is not a temple, this is a mausoleum, it's a tomb. Mr. Sharma did so himself, sir. The ASI has put on record that this is Taj Mahal, it's imaginary. Anyone who says this is Tejo Mahalia. And now there are groups, you might call them fringe groups, which are at the doorstep of the Qutub Minar, wanting it to be renamed Vishnu Stamp.
Okay, let me rephrase what I said. I categorically stated that Taj Mahal will stay as Taj Mahal, and then no one can change Taj Mahal to any other name. Let's be clear on this. But if there are some doors which have been closed or some rooms which have been closed, well, let that be open. Let people know what is in those rooms. There's no harm in it, but not changing the name or not changing the basic structure of Taj Mahal. I mean, one. As for Qutub Minar goes, yes, recently there were some statues which were identified in Qutub Minar, which were at the footsteps of various places in Qutub Minar, which are of Ganesh ji. I mean, I have personally gone and seen that. There's nothing wrong if people are saying that remove the statue from here, if this coming on the footstep of people who walk in.
People are saying to rename Qutub Minar to Vishnu Sangh. History is very long, sir. It's very winded.
People can keep
various
asking,
interpretations, various versions. Where does one draw the line?
Preeti, people can keep demanding what they demand, but let's go by what is there on record. And nothing can go without record, and nothing can go without the orders of the court. Let's be clear on this. And then I'm stating it on record that it is Qutub Minar, it will stay as Qutub Minar. If there are, we all know that a lot of mosques, a lot of buildings were built on the statues or on the pieces which are demolished and taken from the temples to send a message across to a community. I mean, that is there, that's on record. The message was being sent that we are the rulers and you to accept us as a ruler, and there's only one way to reach out to God, that is Allah's way, and no other way is right way. And then whoever follows the other way is a kafir, and that's how Aurangzeb used to weigh 50 kg of genuine every day. So that's part of history. I mean, neither you nor I can deny. We can dig into it and you can understand this.
All right, but it's a part of history which sadly was our history, and
which comes on your footsteps.
Okay. You know, part of history, like you said.
Can I just complete another 5 seconds?
Yes, sir, please.
When you walk into a place like Qutub Minar and there are statues of Ganesha there, well, there's no harm asking ASI to take them out from there and keep them in their custody.
No, there's no harm in that.
Keep them as part of the history and trying to find out what part of the century do they belong to.
Okay, no harm in that. But if we are going to start looking at renaming monuments, I would reckon it is a part of our history, which is India's history. These are heritage monuments. Do they or should they be attached to a particular faith right now? Don't they belong to every Indian? Isn't it a heritage monument? Should faith trump a heritage monument? These are questions which need to be asked. I want to bring in Reetika Khera into this debate from the Congress as well. Reetika Khera, when it comes to renaming, you know, your party wasn't quite far behind. Mr. R.P. Singh gave one example. I can give you 3 more. Connaught Place is Rajiv Chowk today.
Preeti, what is unfortunate that in 75 years, India has not seen the rupee falling so low. It is at 77.4. In 75 years, the country has had its first Prime Minister who never talks and addresses the media, never speaks to the media, never addresses the press conference. 13.8 crore senior citizens of our country have lost their 50% subsidy that they used to get on their train fare. That has been taken away by the government. The petrol has cost 120 rupees, CNG has cost 75 rupees. Khane peene ki cheezein hain, prices are skyrocketing. And like I said, the price of the rupee against the dollar has also crossed the Margdarshan Mandal age of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But what are the priorities of the government? The government's priority is not to solve these issues. The government's priority is renaming. The government's priority is mandir, masjid, loudspeaker, then burkha, then yahan Hanuman Chalisa pade, wahan Hanuman Chalisa pade. But no, they do not care about giving us good health facilities. They don't care about the declining rupee. And again, I will come back. They do not care about the rising oil prices. They do not care about the job losses. Bulldozer again and again, Janta ke upar chalaye ja rahe. And here we are sitting and discussing this thing. Rename everything. Rename the whole world. But you have to sort out your problems. You have to lay out what your priorities are. Have you been voted into power to just change names? Are people paying taxes? Preeti, are you paying your taxes for name changes, or are you paying taxes so that you lead a comfortable life? Or that when you're a senior citizen, you will get some benefits from the government? All that has been taken away. And leave alone your senior citizens. The rate at which the rupee is falling and the price rise of petrol and diesel is leaving Indian citizens, everyone's like stranded everywhere. Everything has come to a halt. And what is this government doing?
Reetika Khera, you said this is misplaced.
Oh my God, that is the priority.
No, Ms. Khera, you said this is misplaced priorities, but your government also did it. I gave you an example. It's always nice to come out and,
like I said, in 75 years, when we were in power, the price of rupee did not come down to 77.4. In 75 years, petrol did not cost 120.
So it was okay for you to rename. So does that justify the Congress renaming your public spaces? Connaught Place is Rajiv
Like
Chowk.
I said, you want to rename. See, you want to rename. You can come to these things and everything else is being met with. The subsidies which were given to senior citizens, to the poor, have been taken away. You are taking away the right of living with dignity from people by bulldozing their houses and shops even when they have the papers.
Okay.
All the
Many
time
would,
we keep asking citizens, कागज दिखाओ, अब कागज दिखाते हैं तो बुलडोजर चलता है.
Ms. Khera, many would say today that why rename at all? You can't, okay, well, if you think that if you're done with the other basics, then you can come down to renaming. Well, that's the point. But I want the both of you to just hold your peace for a minute because, you know, Mrs. Singh, you began with something which sounded very plausible and sane when you said under the purview of the law, if something happens, what is wrong with it? And a lot of these are petitions in court. The court will decide whether those 22 gates of the Taj Mahal will be opened, those 22 doors or not. It's a petition in the court. Gyanvapi, the mosque, whether there, a survey, a videography survey needs to be done is a petition in court, all under the purview of the law. But I want to bring out something which is highly disturbing which has happened. As it's raining petitions in UP, now before the Taj Mahal petition, the legal spotlight was on the Gyanvapi mosque, Varanasi. Petitions by 5 women asking to be allowed to pray at a Hindu shrine behind Varanasi's Gyanvapi mosque complex is now building up into a massive political flashpoint. On the basis of the petition, a survey was ordered by a local court. The survey has not been fully completed because of a dispute over videography inside the mosque. While the court is yet to ascertain when will the survey take place, a very provocative, highly provocative, a highly troubling speech has now been made by a BJP leader. He used to be the MLA from Meerut. He lost the elections last time, but still, the name of Sangeet Som would resonate with many. And this is what he had to say. Listen in.
उन्हें समझ जाना चाहिए और उस दिन समझ जाना चाहिए था कि जब 92 में सन 92 में एक खंडर रूपी मस्जिद को जमीन पर ध्वस्त किया था, तब समझ जाना चाहिए था. समझ जाना चाहिए था देश किस तरफ जा रहा है. समझ जाना चाहिए था कि कार सेवकों ने जिस खंडर रूपी मस्जिद को आज ध्वस्त किया है, अब हिंदुस्तान इस तरीके की मस्जिद एक भी नहीं छोड़ने जा रहा है साहब. मैं आप लोगों से कहना चाहता हूं कि आज हम एक ही संकल्प लेके जाएंगे, क्योंकि टाइम ज्यादा हो गया है. वैसे हम लोगों ने तथाकथित मस्जिद अयोध्या में जमी दो की थी. क्या तैयार है ज्ञानव्यापी को भी उसी तरीके से करने के लिए? दोनों हाथ उठा के बताइए. तो बस यही कहना चाहता हूं कि 92 में अयोध्या तथाकथित मस्जिद गई, अब 22 में तथाकथित ज्ञानव्यापी जाएगी. ये आपसे कहने आया हूं.
RP Singh, I hope you heard what Sangeet Som said. This is as recent as yesterday. And sir, how is this under the purview of law? This is open provocation, a call for violence. 92 में मस्जिद गई, 22 में ज्ञानवापी. This is a petition in court. Till now, BJP leaders are saying that this has nothing to do with us. It's a petition in court. And now, one of your prominent UP leaders comes out and makes a speech, asks people to take arms. This is call for violence, sir. And bring down the Gyanvapi mosque.
Preeti, I hope I'll... Thank you so much, Preeti. I hope I'll be given free time as my co-panelist was given. Let's talk about the bulldozer first. The bulldozer is on the Congress wishes to come back to power. And there's a whom are they supporting with this bulldozer? All Bangladeshis and Rohingyas. Go and take a stand. Yesterday they were at the places where Bangladeshis and Rohingyas are, at Shaheen Bagh, but they were not today at other places where the bulldozer is on. Because they are people which are Hindu clusters or where Hindu states. So that's very clear on this. And as for the economy part, I mean, today is first time that every Indian has been taken care. 80 crore Indians have been taken care by the Prime Minister of India by giving them free ration, ensuring that there should be no deprivation because of food. Secondly, that farmers countrywide, more than 11 crore farmers have been given Kisan Samman Nidhi every month to ensure that their livelihood is sustainable and their agriculture is sustainable. Women are being given houses, the chat, the roof for them. So that's ensuring that women are given houses. Not only that, the toilets, the Ijjat Ghar are being given to every woman in every household in the country. Almost 90% household are being covered today. It has been done. Fresh tap water is being delivered to each and every household in the country. They never thought this for 75 years. They used to say, बिजली इस घर में जाएगी, इस मोहल्ले में जाएगी कि मुसलमानों का है, हिंदू वालों में नहीं जाएगी. Well, that used to be the category. That used to be the way they used to think.
Sir, you're not responding to the question I asked you. Do you not think Sangeet Som's speech is provocative and he needs to be arrested?
Because you allowed her, you allowed my
co-panelist
to answer this. The first right, देश के संसाधनों पर अगर किसी का पहला अधिकार है, तो minorities का है. Manmohan Singh said so, and without giving them any sansadhan. But coming back to
should action be taken against Sangeet Som, sir? Mr. R.P. Singh, should action be taken against Sangeet Som?
I'm answering. I'm answering that. You give her a free time. That's why I requested you. Allow me to answer her each query. But coming back to Sangeet Som, he's individual. He can speak whatever he wants to speak. But law will take its own course. Nothing can be done without the Supreme Court order. It will be only done as per the Supreme Court.
Even sir, he's speaking as a BJP leader. He's not speaking as an individual. Reetika Khera, 10 seconds, please respond. He's speaking as a BJP leader, not as an individual.
Can you give me another 5 seconds?
Sir, go ahead. Make your point quickly.
Please, Preeti, please.
Make your point, sir, quickly.
No. Even in Ram Mandir case, Kapil Sibal was opposing it. Kapil Sibal was opposing it.
Sir, it has nothing to do with Kapil Sibal. Should action be taken against Sangeet Som? He spoke as a BJP leader. All right, okay. Reetika Khera, 10 seconds, respond, and then I want to close the show.
Let me just tell you, Mr. R.P. Singh ji, किसान की योजना की जो आप बात कर रहे हैं उसमें 36% लोगों को, आप ही के प्रदेशों में सिर्फ 36% किसानों को उसके लाभ मिला है, बाकियों को नहीं मिला है. तो पहले ये भी बताया करिए आंकड़े कि लोगों तक अभी तो कई सालों के पैसे भी पहुंचने रहते हैं. Now let me come back. The policy of Khera, I will not speak between you, please.
Okay, can we just go one by one? I'm not understanding. Maybe just go one by one.
Unfortunately.
Ms. Khera, 10 seconds, please respond. RP, Mr. Sir, you know, we've been fair. I'll send you the recording. You've spoken the maximum. Now let her have her 10 seconds and then I want to close the show. Yes.
It is very unfortunate, right from Alwar, when they bulldozed the temple, right to Jahangirpuri, when the Rajya Sabha MP went on to say JCB means Jihad Control Board. And now Sangeet Som. The BJP has only been trying to do food down or Raj Karo. They only try to instigate violence, whether it has been Gujarat or Madhya Pradesh today or Gujarat today. They are only instances of violence and they only...
You know, is this gonna... I would only request both of you not to talk over each other, but I've reached the end of this debate. I appreciate both of you for joining us. Sadly, this is going to be a debate which is going to be carried out in days to come from here on, because like I said, of the recent past, if you remember, viewers, especially where news is concerned, you'd be hearing, and you have heard Hindu Muslim, you've heard mosque and temples, the dust on one issue settles, the other one is up for contention.